Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert. The Dividend Diplomats, it's Monday, it is Labor Day, but the videos don't stop flowing. We have three news stories that we're going to cover this week, and we're going to throw in a little bonus topic, bonus cherry on top. We have a question for Lanny that we're going to ask him. Maybe about investing, may not be investing, but we're going to put him on the spot at the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned for the end of it.
Smash that subscribe button, guys. Give us a nice thumbs up. Happy Labor Day. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And guys, August has finished. September is here. Another week is down. And another news pressed article we have here for you on this podcast. Got a few stories here, and yeah, we'll finish off with a little bit of fun at the end. But Bert, let's get on the first roller coaster ride, because that's exactly what this stock has taken us on.
Yes, this stock has been through a lot over the last 2 years, and it kind of hit its fever pitch.
Shareholders.
Yeah, it hit its fever pitch on Friday, where it's been through a tough 2024, but it shot up 10%. If you haven't figured it out by now, we are going to talk to you about Intel, ticker symbol INTC. You know, this was actually pretty funny. We threw out a X or a tweet, whatever you want to call it, Friday morning when the news came out. The board is considering strategic alternatives for Intel.
Ooh.
That's it. And then news came out over a day. They're considering divestitures of their foundry business. They're considering other kind of sales. And it was a shocking twist and a shocking turn for Intel, the company that just at the end of 2023 could not have been more on fire. It was over $50 per share at the end of December.
Yeah, at the end of December is at 50. Right now we're looking at about $22-ish per share for Intel. Bloodbath of 2024, as I'd like to call it. And, you know, they were so excited about their foundry business to keep up with all the other semiconductors in their space. But here goes Intel saying, well, we've destroyed shareholder value for the last few years. How do we maybe give something back? And in the talks of divesting the foundry business is wild to me. Again, they're talking to all their consultants, you know, advisors, strategic advisors, to see what else they can do to unlock value and be more efficient, to get back to what maybe Intel does best. But if you remember at the beginning of August, well, not only did we already experience a dividend cut last year, but then they have suspended the dividend to use that cash flow for their operations and growing Intel. And they have plans to lay off not 1, 2, 10, but 15,000 employees this year. You know, we're still holding some Intel shares over here, and I cannot wait to exit this stock.
Yeah, it was a shocking turn of events. I can't keep saying shocking enough. Where the heck is going on with this company where, yeah, you just want to see something happen. And maybe the split off of the foundry is going to be the best thing for the business. But it's how much longer do we as Intel shareholders really want to wait for this turnaround? It just keeps telling me this is the hardest part, Lanny, of turnaround stories, right? Like everybody wants to buy the stocks that drop in the values to see, will this company turn around? It's a very known strategy, and we do it. Our screener helps us find value stocks. But you really have to consider when you're looking not just for value, but value plus a turnaround story. What are the odds of the turnaround story actually coming to fruition? And that's, I think, what you're running into here with Intel. The turnaround story had some juice. They were building those chip plants in Arizona, in Columbus. They could not have been hotter in 2023, but it fizzled out. And that's really what it comes down to. So with that, you said you can't wait to get out of it, Lanny. What are we thinking here for an exit plan for Intel? What is your thought? And then I'll share mine thereafter.
Sure. So, you know, quick disclosure, you know, Bert and I did exit part of our shares, you know, last year through a covered call. Well, the one covered call that we actually had that got exercised because it was in the money at the end of it was around $35.5, $36 a share for Intel. But we, Bert, you still own 100 shares of Intel?
I
All
do.
right, I still own just over 100 shares as well myself. So, currently, guys, full disclosure, I do have a covered call out there at about 28, expiring this Friday, September 6th. Hey, if they ride up to 28, which is another, $6 in share price appreciation, and I exit at 28, I'll be completely fine with that. So my plan is to do as many covered calls on a weekly to every bi-weekly basis, earn a little premium while I'm holding the stock. And if it happens to pop the 25 to 45% of appreciation from the current price when I buy that option, so be it.
Yep, I'm going to be in the exact same boat here. We got to make something come out of Intel. Intel now that it's down to a goose egg.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just frustrating, and it just makes me comes back to a theme I've had in 2022 where it's okay to take some gains off the table. And this was another one of my examples where I thought about selling, especially when it was around 50, and I just didn't. I held on. And it one came back to bite me. There's nothing more to say than that. So I'm going to start being more critical of if I have a massive gain, is it okay to take some money off the table? It was a conversation I had with myself about IBM. Just was it 2 months ago on this channel where IBM was right around 200. They're back at 203. Is it time to take IBM off the table? Like it's just what I'm thinking about now. So I'd love everybody's perspective on that in the comment section.
You know, yeah, there it is, guys. Let us know what you would do with that and with Intel shares. But guys, we had three stories. Let's slide in to number two. Warren Buffett's birthday was this past weekend. I believe it might have been Friday or Thursday. Ripe age of 94. And his company, Berkshire Hathaway, Bert, crossed not the 500 billion mark, not the 900 billion in market cap, but what did they cross in market cap?
1 trillion with a T. That's right. They hit the $1 trillion mark. So kudos to Berkshire Hathaway getting from zero to a trillion in Mr. Buffett's lifetime. And what's cool about that is he's gotten to see this entire journey for Berkshire Hathaway. How cool is that? I mean, the stock is up 30% in 2024. That definitely helps to get you to a trillion when the appreciation jumps up that much. And they've been a lot of mover and groover. What I think is interesting is they're not afraid to sell either. They famously sold Apple a month ago. They took some gains for Apple. That was his one of his biggest holdings. So they're hoarding cash right now. They're not afraid to take their gains and see their value increase because they are strong investors. So that's what helps you get there. Being smart, being efficient with your money, and making smart investment decisions is what pushed this company from Omaha to a trillion.
Yeah. Congrats, Warren. I know you're also divesting quite a bit of Bank of America stock lately. I think I read there was another 800 to 900 million of that stock that you just dumped. So it'll be quite interesting what Burke does next. For all your Berkshire Hathaway / Warren Buffett watchers out there, keep in tune with what he's doing.
Yes, all right. And this is just an article for number three I thought was actually fascinating. One of the big stories that happened this week, too, amongst all the noise, dollar stores got destroyed over this last week. Dollar General was down 30%. And it's a trend that we have continued to see where there was Dollar General, Dollar Tree's going through some hard stuff right now. Is what the heck is going on in the dollar store sector? This is interesting because so many people rely on these dollar stores. So many small towns rely on the dollar stores to provide them affordable goods. You see them everywhere too. Wherever you're driving on the street, it's very hard for you to pass a shopping area, a shopping center without seeing Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Somewhere in there, there is a dollar store buried into it. Just not holding up right now. The business is facing some stress. And this article cited an interesting competitor, an interesting person that's knocking them out. Walmart, ticker symbol WMT, who's on fire right now. Well, Walmart released earnings and crushed it. It's actually interesting. Walmart said they're pulling in high income people. That's going to be growing their sales. And now the analysts that are covering Dollar General are saying they're siphoning off the people that are on the lower income end of the spectrum. So Walmart is picking up everybody. They're making their prices so attractive to people that everybody wants to shop at Walmart at the expense of other grocery stores, dollar stores, and other areas in the community. It's a fascinating trend that's happening right now.
It's very fascinating, guys. Let us know if you've held or hold on to any, dollar based company stock.
Mhm.
Curious if there are some shareholders out there and kind of what your plan is. If you're a buy and hold and they'll come back, let us know in the comments.
We
But
already
all right,
know.
Bert, here we go.
We said we're going to put Lanny on the hot seat for a question at the end of this video. And I didn't tell him we were doing this until we started this video. I told him no, this bonus question's coming right here. So you are getting Lanny's instant analysis. He didn't have time to prep for this coming in
No.
here. Lanny, who are your 5 favorite wrestlers of all time?
Well, you got to give it to the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, HBK. Definitely one of my top 5. Next, because in my second, because I call it, I have like 3 phases of wrestling. First phase was Shawn Michaels. Second phase was probably Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, really that 96, 97 through the mid 2000s. Jeez.
Get the sledgehammer out. Was
Let's
it the
forget the
sledgehammer era
sledgehammer.
of Triple H that you like? That was
No, it was like really like the DX era, and then him kind of really running, the WWE belt for some time back and forth, and Shawn Michaels came back in the early, like there was just like a really good era. And then obviously there was like the Hunter Evolution era that started. And that's kind of when I was, fading out a little bit from watching wrestling. My childhood also had Hulk Hogan. Got to give it up to the Hulkster brother. So that's 3. Um, man,
so just to
favorite.
summarize while you're thinking through HBK, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, late 90s, early 2000s, the Hulkster. You listen up to us, Jack. Who's number 2 and number 1 here? You got 2 spots left in your top
Yeah,
5.
2 spots. These aren't in any order, but
No.
HBK would probably sit at the top as the best in-ring performer. Um,
Blue Meanie, Gold
yeah, not
Dust.
the Blue Meanie, not Goldust. Cody's great, but I don't consider him like an all-time on my list. Um, Geez, man. I mean, and I don't want to go easy like The Rock. I mean, The Rock on the mic and in ring, the way he sells is really good. I mean, he's in consideration here. CM Punk in the early 2010s was just fantastic. I mean, if you love the drama and his ability to get the pops, man, I might have to go because there's one that I really want to make the list, but I'm going to say, guys, just keep your eyes on Matt Cardona out there. He's pretty much the indie god on the scene here, but I'll round it out with The Rock and CM Punk.
All right. I love it here. Thank you.
Prefer give me 3 at least. Give me rapid fire 3 of yours. I won't
Oh,
put you
you're
on the
putting
spot
me
for
on the
5.
spot right now.
Yeah, come on. You put
You're
me on the
putting,
spot. I'll put you on the
fine, you're
spot.
putting me on the spot. Me. Oh,
Oh,
oh yeah, there's Seth Rollins right now. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. He snuck in there. Love the theme music. Love it going through.
what
I was
about Stone Cold?
earlier back in the day, Stone Cold. Yeah, obviously Stone Cold for me. Yeah, I gotta love it. And if I had to pick 2, I did always love like growing up too. Taker was always a favorite. You always loved the Dead Man, the entrances that came through it. Um,
The
yeah, yeah.
Undertaker.
Paul Bear too always cracked me up having him as his manager. So yeah, we'll go Seth Rollins, Stone Cold, Taker, and let me think if there's a bonus. I think we'll leave it there for now. We can come back to it.
What are your guys' favorite wrestlers? If you have watched any era of wrestling, let us know below.
Yeah. Smash that subscribe button, everybody. Give this video a thumbs up. And remember, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert the Hurt and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.